So we're getting there. We're definitely on the right track. But really what we need is the ability for an automatic postback so that as soon as we change an item in here, it automatically posts back to the server and therefore automatically generates the selected index change event so that we can display the appropriate countries for that region. Right, to do that, what we need to do is go back to our ASPX page, and for each of the controls that we want to automatically post back as soon as a change occurs, so for example the name text box, if we look at the properties, there's a property called auto postback, and at the moment and by default it's set to false, so we need to set it to true. And by doing that, the text change event will occur automatically without us having to click the update button. And likewise for the telephone number, we'll set the auto postback property to true, and for the region we'll set it to true, and for the country list we'll set it to true. Okay, now just out of interest, if we look at the source code behind the page, you can see, for example, for the drop-down list, it's added the auto postback equals true property. So we could have just typed this property in here directly if we'd wanted to. Okay, let's run the application and see if it works better now. So, name, Helen Smith, and I just made that one up. Oh, look at that. Straight away, as soon as I clicked out of the text box into the telephone number, straight away it posted back to the server and triggered the on-text change event and displayed the person's name in the business card. So that's very promising. Telephone number, 12345. And I'll just tab out into a different field again. You'll notice it's not per keystroke. There is no way of capturing on-keystroke events in an ASP.NET web application, and that's probably a good thing. I mean, can you imagine if every time you pressed a key, it posted back to the web server, the performance would be, well, it would be terrible. You have to transfer focus into a different control in order to generate the on-text event. And obviously, if you're in the text control and you don't change the text, and then you tab out, then no event occurs. So the region, let's say that Helen works in the Asia-Pacific region. That triggered a postback. So the countries here are India, Japan, and Australia. So let's select India. Okay, great. So that concludes our example here. So what we've seen is how to handle some of the non-trivial events, as well as handling click events that you have on buttons. So for example, if we go back into the design view, we know how to handle click events on buttons. And in this example, we've also seen how to handle events such as text change and selected index change on some of our other controls. We've also seen how the auto postback mechanism enables us to trigger the events automatically instead of having to wait until a button gets clicked.